Good day, everyone. My name is Fernandez Oase, and I'm a member of Nyomora Foundation. Nyomora Foundation is a non-profit organization that aims at helping young people with mental health issues, including substance abuse, by raising awareness and addressing mental health stigma. Nyomora has different segments, but one of the segments is Heal Me, Heal You Therapy Show, which is what I'm going to be hosting. In the show, we're going to be having different invitees coming over to share their stories, and you never know, you might learn from their story or my story and make it your process of healing. So share your story because your story matters, and be the voice for change. Today, we're going to have our first invitee coming over. Don't miss it, and just watch it with me.
I give up. I give up. Can't deny it. I give up.
Welcome. Hi. It's nice having you over. You're welcome. Please take a seat.
Yes.
So as promised, our first invite is finally here, and I'll let you guys get to know her. Ma'am, the floor is all yours.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is Anna Gailer, and I'm really pleased and happy to be here. I was super excited receiving your invite, and I just couldn't wait to be here.
Wow. You cannot believe the way I was so excited before you even said yes, because Jesus, I was like, if I don't have you, I'm just going to break my heart. And believe me, the pressure is all mine that you accepted our invitation. So, this is how it's going to be done. Don't get too excited before I tell you how things are going to be. So we're going to be having a Q&A thingy where I'll be asking questions and she'll be providing answers. And from her answers, I hope and believe that you're going to get something which would benefit you, either heal you or heal someone else that you might know. So don't get away from, I don't know if you're TV or anything where you're watching me, but just don't get away. So, although the lady just introduced herself and said the name and everything, I'm going to ask her my first question as, ma'am, please tell us about yourself. Who is Gaila?
Okay, Gailer is a diverse person. You know, sometimes I really get confused when someone asks me, who are you? I'm like, do they want me to talk about education levels?
I don't know either.
Whatever people expect from you. But beyond everything, beyond school, beyond whatever people may expect, Gailer is a diverse person, as I said, but I call myself more of a lifer because I live every moment. Like, I wake up every day with a will to live, and I'm more of a person who loves calm things. I love talking to people. I love reading books. I love a lot of things, but mostly very intimate things, you know.
Very intimate.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. That's a topic that we're going to have outside here.
Yeah, I really love things that capture the soul, you know. Things that someone can easily relate to, you know, nature, a lot of things. So when you say that who is Gailer, I see myself in all those aspects, and I'm like, I'm really a huge person.
Did someone not learn something from this? Because I did. I just learned that one can be a lifer. And by a lifer, you say that it's a person that is always willing to live.
Yes, like someone who lives every moment.
Despite the circumstances, despite the struggles, despite the challenges, you just get to live every day with that happiness of just that you're living.
Yeah, well,
that's a beautiful thing.
You don't have to always like live the happy moment. Sometimes, you know, life is a challenge. It comes kind of challenging. So when people are sad, yeah, you get sad, but you don't stay there. You just live a little, and when people are happy, you join them. When people are calm, you become calm, you know? Like,
at the end of the day, everything matters. Whether you were happy, whether you were sad, it's part of your life, so it get to matter. So guys, I just learned that one can be a lifer and that you just have to live every moment like it matters the most, whether it's sad or beautiful. You just have to live it. So my next question is, like, what motivates you to wake up? Like, every time you wake up, like every morning, what makes you feel like, oh my God, I just want to wake up. There's another day coming. Oh, I want to get out of bed and do something. What motivates you to do that?
well, I do have lots of motivations. You know, like, it might sound crazy how I wake up and I'm like, I have to download a new book like the next day. And then the first thing that comes in my head when I open my eyes, I'm like, I promised myself to download a new book, so I have to wake up and do that thing. Or maybe wake up and do something at home, whatever it is, whatever energy it might take. I always have a motive that helps me wake up, even the other lazy days when you feel like, I'm not getting out of bed.
I know.
I feel like, you know.
It's just
You
like
know
I want to stay in.
Yeah.
I know, I feel you.
Yeah, I always create something in my mind. I'll be like, I really have to do this. So I wake up and do that thing. I always find a motive to wake me up in every day.
It's a beautiful thing. I wish everyone out there like would have that thing or that voice or that little something, even if it will be so small for others to realize. I just hope and pray that everyone out there had that thing to push them to wake up. It doesn't matter if it's going to rain or if it's too hot, like it's too sunny outside. You just have that thing that pushes you to wake up every day. It will be a beautiful thing. And I wish people could learn that from you. Like, for instance, you wake up with that thing that, oh my God, I'm just going to download a new book to read. Someone else might wake up with that feeling that, oh my God, I'm just going to get a new flower from someone. You feel me? And it will be their, reason to wake up, and that will be so beautiful. They'll be so motivated, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so moving on with our questions. So there's something that you missed talking about, and it's why you're here today. So you want to tell us about it?
Okay, unless you're...
What?
You have something like you really want me to talk about?
Of course, you know it. Come on, tell us.
Could it be something like writing?
Of course, what else would I be talking about? Come on, girl.
Okay, did I miss that though?
Yes, you missed that. You said everything, but you did not mention you writing.
I am a writer and a poet, more of an artist, because I do artistic poetry. So I have a book that a draft, if I can say that I wrote, but I haven't published it. But I've shared it with a few people and they're like,
me included.
You have to publish it. So soon enough it will be out. I'll be publishing it. But also there is this part of me that I enjoy the most, where I do poetry, where I write about anything that comes random in my head and becomes a successful quote, if I can say. Yeah.
So as you just had, she's a great writer, because I had a chance of reading that draft that she has not yet published, which she's planning to do. And I hope you guys, when the book is really published, believe me, you're going to enjoy it. So I don't know if it's fine with you, but we could maybe say the title of the book? If it's fine with you, though.
Okay, for curiosity. The book is called The Square of Hearts.
Why? Why the Square of Hearts?
It's called the Square of Hearts because actually most events are held in a room, and the room is a square, of course, according to how people see it and the interactions in that room. Yeah, that's the main reason why I called it the Square of Hearts.
So if I may ask, what motivated you to start writing and towards all of the whole draft or the book, the Square of Hearts? What motivated you?
My motivation comes from the surrounding. It could be anything. It could be a plant.
I'm so jealous of you.
Maybe a flag, maybe someone or an event. But the book was inspired mostly by my friends, like back in high school when I was, I think, in O level. Yeah, in O level, I used to have this time to discuss with my friends when everyone else was eager to go and watch movies. I was just sitting on the stairs with someone and talking to them, letting them like pour their hearts to me, and somehow it became like a home in me. Like I had a lot of things that I really wanted to let out. So can I say thanks to the pandemic? Okay. So when the pandemic came, I really had a lot of time like doing nothing. I was off school and couldn't find anything else to do. So I decided that I let everything out but in writing. So that's where the inspiration came from. I just sat and then started writing, and as time got on, and as I started discussing it with my friends, they were like, really, that's a good thing, you should. They gave me the motivation, and boom.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear. So after all, I once had this conversation. Actually, it was more of a fight with my friend. He was just saying like the pandemic was so bad, like there was nothing good in the pandemic. And I was like, it was very bad. And actually there was a lot of negative things more than positive, but it did inspire some people. It brought back families. And see, we have someone else that was, inspired in the pandemic. So it wasn't all that bad. It was bad, but not at all. Like not everything was bad. Yeah, so we've had what motivated you to start writing, and still there's a line in your book. Should I say it or should I keep my mouth zipped?
It's okay. Whatever
I got a
like.
permission. So there was this line, I don't know if I remember it quite well, but it's about life and how sometimes you have choice, and I don't want to make mistakes. I'll just check. Don't think that I don't remember the book. It's just that the line is so beautiful and I just don't want to mess it up, okay?
Well,
Yeah, so where are you? Yeah, here it is. It says, pay attention. Everyone defines life in their way, depending on what they have been through or experienced. Some say life is what you choose to make it, but sometimes it gives us no choice. Girl, you got me there. Like right now, life is giving me no choice. We just take what it brings us and fight through it, even though there's always something that is weighing us down beyond what we can hold. Sometimes life drives us crazy to the extent we lose hope and feel the desire of giving up on our lives. In those moments, we make bad choices that we shouldn't make because we are afraid of facing challenges. And that really happens a lot of times, right? Sometimes we hurt ourselves and never realize how precious our lives are and how joyous our lives could be if we give ourselves a chance. I love that. If we give ourselves a chance to see opportunities in our challenges that would help us to make this world better than we found it. So this is the note I was talking about that you wrote in your book or in your draft, as you say. It's called The Sway of Hearts. What's the meaning, or what's brought this whole notes in your head for you to write it?
actually, that is like the introduction of the book. It opens you to get to explore the whole book, because within the book there are some occasions where people don't have like choices, where they don't have like the opportunity to not do something, if like doing something they wish they wouldn't have done, or just life doesn't give them a choice to do what they're supposed to do, but instead they just get into that moment and then they do whatever life gives them to do. Yeah, that's like a whole book in just a few lines, if I can say. But really, I believe that sometimes there is a time in life where you don't have a choice, like where you have to live that moment and do what you're supposed to do, even though you don't have like the ability to make the right choice or wrong choice. You just have to do it and then maybe bear with the outcome after.
I don't even get why people say that life is what you make it, because to begin with, you have no choice with everything that happens. People say your choices define who you will be, but do they really think? You don't even choose if you're going to wake up or not.
Exactly.
So to begin with, I think we were never given a choice, were we? Am I being too negative right now?
No. I believe that if life gave us a choice, most of us would choose a different life, you know? Like, who would choose to be born in a poor family?
I just know, but why would you be born poor? Like, that's not...
You know, or who would choose to be born blind or deaf or what? Sometimes it just happens, and you don't have to change it or control
Just
it.
get to learn.
What you have to do is just embrace it and then leave it.
But
the way
girl,
it
sometimes it's hard to embrace it. I mean, it's easy said than done. Like,
Yeah.
imagine if someone comes to you and talks like you have a choice. You have a lot of choices. Opportunities are around you. Everywhere there's an opportunity, use it and blah, 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 blah. But boom, you're blind. And that person is telling you to use opportunities. And among the opportunities, maybe that is involved. And you find someone, like maybe the blind person is like, do you think I choose to be blind? And here you are talking about choices and all the opportunities, and here you're presenting me that life gave me a choice. How are you going to explain that?
Well, I believe that when people are talking about choices, they mean like things you can do, I think, or things they think you should have done. Like, they'll be like, you know, like for example, in class, they'll be like, why are you not the first in class? Like, you had everything, you know, as if they forget that people really have a different brain capacity that handles
My mom would be like,
you know?
we all have the same brain capacity. I just don't get why you don't understand math at all.
They'll be like, where were you when he
Explained everything. Like, why can that one do it and you can't? And that's why it gets so complicated. It's because I'm left with no choice. Why can't nobody understand that? I don't have a choice. I just don't know math. So the only choice you could give me is get it out of my studies. Simple as that.
Actually, people have different talents. You know, I might not be good at math, but or maybe good in school, but I have something else I'm good at art. But they just try to, you know, take you into their own lead and not let you explore your own talents or the options you have, you know. Sometimes they give you limits and then they blame it all on life. They be like, you had a choice or you can do this. But
I know.
they forget that they are setting limits for you. Yeah.
So I just think, to me, in my opinion, I think people should just stop using the word like you had a choice but you made the wrong choice. There's no wrong choice or right choice. It's just that sometimes it's what is supposed to be done and you cannot help it but do it. Yeah, so without taking much of your time, I think I should go to my next question, which is, some people tend to say that when you had an ugly past or a bad past or something too negative for a past, it's hard to, you know, to leave it behind and start anew or start afresh. And some say that it's even impossible, that you cannot leave behind your past, like completely leave it behind and just move on with the new thing, like get to be the whole of you, but new, like you, but new. And then what do you say about it? Do you think someone can really escape their past and start afresh, or it's totally impossible?
I believe that you can't escape your past. You know, I still remember
That's
like
scary, no?
events that happened to me when I was like a little age. But the energy we get, or the ability to move past those things, like not focus on them, not stay in the past, like let it be a place to visit, not a place to stay, and having the courage to come back and live the present and then hope for the future. I think some people really don't get it, like really get hurt. Some people get it hard to let their past go. Some of them are captivated there, they become the prisoners of the past, but others get ways to, to move ahead, like find things good in the future and don't let them like distract them. So I believe that you can't escape your past, but you can deal with it. You can learn how to live with it and let it not affect your future or your present. Yeah.
So as you just had, she said you cannot learn, like you cannot run away from your past, but you can learn how to live with it,
Yeah.
or cope with whatever mistakes or negative stuff that happen in the past and build your future or even your present right now.
Yeah.
So is there like at least one tip or one thing you could say that one could use maybe to cope with all the past, the negativities and all of that?
If I could say a tip, and then that would be being a lifer, of course, living every moment.
She makes it sound so simple, as if it's so easy to live every moment.
It's not easy, yes. Sometimes it's a bit hard, sometimes it's a bit challenging, but either way, just live the moment you have and learn to embrace it. Always find something good. Like sometimes good things happen to us, but we don't see them because we're busy focusing on what's coming next or what happened in the past, and then we don't get a chance to navigate what we have now. So I would advise people to live the moment they're in. Like if you're having a happy moment, have it. If you're having a sad moment, it's okay, you can be sad. It's okay to be sad.
That's too much. I mean, it's okay, but then it still hurts,
It hurts, but it's okay to be sad, because when you become sad and then you pretend not to be and then cover it up,
That's even worse.
it builds, sometimes it keeps on building up, and at the end you can't hold it, Like, I would, as much as I love living, as much as of a lifer I am, I would advise people to live every moment. If you're sad, it's okay, you can be sad, but don't stay there. If you're excited, you can be excited, but not overexcited. Like learn to balance the moments you live in life.
Isn't she too cute?
Thank you.
You're too cute, to be real. Anyways, I guess what I had from this is that you just have to embrace it no matter how hard it is and learn to just live with it. It might not take 1 day or 1 hour or 2 hours, and it takes that long, but still, if you put in a little more effort and, try harder, you're going to heal it or learn to embrace it, like she says it. Yeah. So, right there, what is healing to you? Healing from those past that hurt you, the wounds from the past, the mistakes, the regrets. How would you define healing?
Healing to me would be being able to, be stronger than whatever is overweighing you, like whatever brings you down. You don't try to, you don't go with the flow. Like if something is depressing you, don't feel like that's all you got to be depressed. Instead, I believe that healing is having the ability to, become stronger than what's hurting you, be able to catch up with what's going on in life, not staying back to what hurt you. Like if something hurts you, let think about it, mourn it, but don't stay there. Have the energy, the energy of coming back to life and embracing the moment you're having. I believe that healing comes with processes, Sometimes it's really hard, sometimes it's really captivating. Like you feel like you can go out, but as time goes on, what you feed your mind, like the way you feed your mind, it grows with that, If you want to heal, you make sure that you don't make what's hurting you like the main thing, You don't focus on sadness, although you don't focus on what's breaking you a lot, but at least find something good like to live for, and then have dreams, set goals, have something to live for. And then if you have something to live for, and the energy you use, the efforts, they're the ones that help you heal through that process, and not like be the prisoner, I think. Yeah, so healing to me is, having the ability to leave what's hunting you behind, or what's hurting you behind, and then be able to step forward and make your life beautiful, I think.
That's so beautiful to hear. I wish this could not end, but then we'll have to come to an end. And guys, I guess, did I say the theme of today? But I guess I didn't. Our theme was art as the remedy of mental health, mental therapy. Yes? Yes, I guess that's it. Now, that would lead us to our last question. Like, as you know, lately, mostly youth are dealing with different mental issues, depression, anxiety, like low self-esteem, rejection, a lot of things, but related to mental health. And I just wondered, most of us ends up, or like we ends up feeling like the only option we have is to end our lives. And yeah, because everyone uses this as defining death, and most of us end up deciding like that's the better thing to do. So do you really think death is an escape to everything that you're suffering, or that everything you're going through?
Well, death is not an escape. Death is actually failure to live. Because if it was an escape, then it would be like leaving a bad place to go to a better place, or running from something, that it's hunting you, and going to somewhere better, but we don't know what happens after we die. So I don't think it could be an escape, but sometimes people feel like ending their lives, failing to live, like
Is the only option.
is the only option. I think that suicide is a monster that lives in everyone, but the way you feed it, or how you feed it, is what makes it grow. Like when it becomes stronger than you are, then that time all you think about is ending it, And sometimes you take the monster, it goes, and then it goes with you. If you're lucky enough, it goes away, but you survive. And if you are unlucky, then you go with it.
So what would you say about maybe people who are having suicidal thoughts right now, or those who even had it in the past? Because I don't think it's something that comes just today and you just do it. It might happen, but I think it's something that someone has for a long time, and they just, keep on thinking about it. So what would you say, like, or what would you advise people going through that? I mean, I know it's hard having to feel like life is so meaningless, like it doesn't mean anything anymore, that you don't want to live anymore. It's hard, and I can't even begin to imagine. Oh my God, I can't begin to imagine the sadness and everything, but I just hope someone out there would.
Well, what I can tell to people having suicidal thoughts is that the more you feed the monster, the bigger it grows, Like if you keep on thinking about something, most especially if it's negative, it ends up becoming a part of you. So I would advise them not to feed the monster,
But
like,
you just don't decide it. It just happens.
You don't
Maybe
decide,
sometimes you're dealing with something so hard and you just don't know what to do, and the only choice you think is just running away from it.
Running away is a failure.
Oh, it's alright.
Like when you run away from a problem, then you're increasing the distance to the solution. But if you decide, like, I'm going to face it, sometimes people even don't they feel as if they're, you know, superheroes, and they don't have the courage to seek for help. That's not something you can deal with alone, and it's also something sometimes you feel like you can't share with anyone else. So if you have the ability, like, to be open to anyone, you can talk to them, like, you know, they might show you a different aspect of life or side of life. So I would advise people to seek for help, you know, no matter how strong you think you can be. Sometimes you break, you know, you fall, you stumble. So I would advise the youth, or my generation, or even the people from the older generation, you know, like our parents, sometimes, you know, they are the ones who who cause the depression, or who, like, make the doors a little bit, you know, tight, that we don't open up to them. If we heard, like, you know, instead of feeding your monster, instead learn something new, like develop your talent, do something that you really enjoy to do, like, you know, find the good things, not focus on that thing that is really hurting you, you know, like talk to people, or have some self-time, you know, like not like really depress yourself, but have some self-time, understand your emotions. I think that will help.
You make everything so beautiful and so easy. Yeah, I guess I brought you someone so cute. It's so cute though, but still on the suicide thing, I feel so bad when I talk about that.
Yeah, it hurts.
I think we should learn how to seek help, because it's okay to need help. And if someone comes to you or to me seeking help, don't judge, don't ask them questions, don't call them crazy or stupid, don't tell them that what the heck, life is so beautiful. No, they know that, but just think about why they don't want to live it anymore, and just listen and help them in any way that you can. You don't want to lose someone, because once they're gone, you never get them back. So before you lose them, listen and help. Yeah, I don't know if it's me only, but I didn't want this to end, because the lady there,
so giving.
I know, she's one to keep, and she got a lot of things to share. Yeah, if you want more of her, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll just help you guys have her again.
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Thank you very much for hosting me. I'm really excited, and I really hope that people get the help they need, you know. Like,
you get that? You get it.
Be able to express themselves, learn that life can be messed up sometimes. It's not always good. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, but, you know, you have to be able to face every circumstance, not believe like you have superpowers. And also, if there's someone healing, it's not a rapid process. You just don't wake up and everything is gone. It takes little steps. Sometimes it could be baby steps, but it eventually works out. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you once again. Thank you so much, like really so much, for sharing and for accepting our invitation. Once again, it was nice having you with us, and I hope they enjoyed. This is the end of our show. Let's meet up in the next show with, of course, a new invitee. See you when you see me again. Ciao.
Bye.